You've just released this new E-Class everyone's talking about, and it kind of encapsulates this dichotomy. On the one hand, you've put out so many driver's cars, sports cars recently. On the other hand, you're kind of at the forefront of autonomous driving and technology. Does this E-Class sort of meld those two things?
Yes, and obviously we are not pursuing autonomous driving in order to stop the fun in riding a great car. When you're skiing, you're not keen on standing in line waiting for the lift, but you're liking the downhill. Yeah. That's the same here. It's just an additional option, and of course it brings a lot of additional safety, and as safety is the core of our brand, and we are striving for accident-free driving, autonomous car is part of that philosophy.
So do you bring down then a lot of, the S-Class is obviously your top-of-the-line flagship model that's always had these groundbreaking technologies. Does the E-Class now have all of those lane assist and accident stops that the S-Class had?
Quite frankly, it's going beyond that right now, but the speed of innovation is so fast that we cannot withhold it till the next S-Class generation will be there. On the other hand, as quite a lot of that is software, it's much easier than to roll it out, coming up with a new E-Class, and you won't have to wait long till you get the same features in the S-Class as well.
The luxury market in the US has been incredibly competitive. Obviously you and the other Germans, but also there are Japanese who want to play in it. Are you concerned about volume, or are you able to hold on to pricing power? Is that a priority?
Clearly the pricing power is the priority, and not just because of the margins, but because of our brand as well. We want to be desired, we want people to dream of our cars and not pushing them down their throat. And therefore, if you come up with the right cars, you create demand, and then you can have it both. You can have the margins plus the volume.
Obviously, a customer for the E-Class is very different from a customer for a Passat. But how has the Volkswagen emissions crisis affected Mercedes sales?
Initially, understandably, questions were coming up, is that company specific or is there a broader issue? And obviously, I myself and we all together made very soon very clear statements that we, of course, follow the rules and the regulation. And we have never seen any impact on sales, and discussions and questions which we heard in the beginning are behind us, based on the trust which we could build up in the last decades.
Of course, you did have record sales in 2015. You've got a lot of tailwinds with low gas prices, low interest rates, falling unemployment here in the US. Do you expect those tailwinds to continue? Do you expect another record this year?
Yes. I don't think that the market altogether will grow with the same trajectory as it did last year, but I think it will be up from 2015 and more modestly. And this is a fantastic environment to be successful with your brand. We have the strength and the power, and the E-Class will certainly be one element of it to gain market share. So I'm very optimistic about 2016 in the US.
Do you expect to gain market share across the board in the luxury segment?
We did that big time last year, and I think we have so much momentum going, so many more new products coming, that I'm very optimistic that this will be true for 2016 as well.
Well, I look forward to driving them. Let me switch just for a moment from the automotive subject to one that's important in Germany, and that is the refugees coming. When Frau Merkel first stood behind that movement, you were one of the few CEOs, DAX CEOs, that stood with her. What is Daimler doing? Can Mercedes and Unterturkheim do to help this situation?
First of all, we have a responsibility, especially in Germany, given our history, to help out when there's humanitarian need. Secondly, we are a shrinking population, so we have an interest in integrating people for our future, for future growth. We as Daimler, of course, are on the one hand on the stock market, but on the other hand part of society, and therefore we have a responsibility here, there, and an upside, an opportunity. And therefore, on the one hand, of course, we're helping with money. Our employees are collecting money doing that. We early on sent various trucks to Syria to help in the location people in need. We are having refugees doing internships in our company, in our different locations. We are taking them as apprentices, and we are teaching them the language. We are offering space where they can live in the early phases before integration. So in all areas, in our different local communities where we are active, we try to help out the maximum we can.
And helping to integrate them into the German
Absolutely,
culture.
that is key. That is key. And then it can really be a win-win for both the people who need help and for Germany, who, if you want, needs help as well to build a future on a demographic way as well.